Hi, I'm Dave Karger. Thanks for starting your Saturday with me here on TCM. It's time for this week's musical matinee, and today's feature is a lighthearted MGM musical starring Frank Sinatra early on in his career. From 1947, also with Kathryn Grayson, Peter Lawford, and Jimmy Durante, It Happened in Brooklyn. Sinatra plays a World War II veteran who spent most of the war dreaming of his beloved hometown of Brooklyn. But when he finally returns, he discovers that readjusting to life at home is more challenging than he expected. It Happened in Brooklyn was only Frank Sinatra's third film for MGM, and it was also just his third time playing a character other than himself on screen. The movie reunited Sinatra with Kathryn Grayson, who had been his leading lady in his first MGM musical, Anchors Aweigh. Grayson was the more established actor at the time, having made her film debut 6 years earlier opposite Mickey Rooney in Andy Hardy's Private Secretary. But as you'll see, It Happened in Brooklyn was really more of a vehicle for Frank Sinatra. The film gave him the chance to introduce several tunes written by Sammy Cahn and Julie Stein, including Time After Time, which became a jazz standard. Sinatra also performs a memorable number with Jimmy Durante, which was later showcased in the 1974 MGM retrospective That's Entertainment. They sing a duet called The Song's Gotta Come from the Heart, and you'll get to see Sinatra delivering his best Jimmy Durante impression. It's also fun to see Sinatra starring alongside Peter Lawford, who plays his romantic rival. It would be more than a decade before they'd team up on screen again as members of the legendary Rat Pack. From 1947, directed by Richard Worf, and also featuring Gloria Graham, It Happened in Brooklyn. That was Bobby Long who performed the scene-stealing tap dance in the number I Believe with Frank Sinatra and Jimmy Durante, and incredibly, this was his one and only appearance in a feature film. The cast of It Happened in Brooklyn was full of Hollywood newcomers, including Frank Sinatra. Prior to this, Sinatra had only performed the scene-stealing tap dance in the number I Believe and Jimmy Durante, and incredibly, this was his one and only appearance.
Oh, she's got to be here. And believe me, I'll find her. I'll bet you the Brooklyn Bridge I find her.
Sure you will, Danny.
That was Bobby Long who performed the scene-stealing tap dance in the number I Believe with Frank Sinatra and Jimmy Durante, and incredibly, this was his one and only appearance in a feature film. The cast of It Happened in Brooklyn was full of Hollywood newcomers, including Frank Sinatra. Prior to this, Sinatra had only made a handful of films, most of which featured him playing himself, capitalizing on his popularity as a big band singer. His first notable role as an actor was in the 1945 MGM musical Anchors Aweigh, which also starred Kathryn Grayson. The two would team up again for a third and final time in the 1949 musical The Kissing Bandit. It Happened in Brooklyn also holds the distinction of giving Andre Previn his first screen credit. Previn was just 17 years old at the time and had recently been hired to work in the music department at MGM. He received that debut credit for performing the piano solos in this 1947 musical. Over the next 3 decades, his work as a film composer would earn him 13 Oscar nominations, including 4 wins for musicals like Gigi and My Fair Lady. Up next, Robert Ryan, Merle Oberon, and Paul Lukas star in a World War II drama from RKO in 1948.
Next on TCM, Berlin Express, then The Bad Seed, and later, Moonstruck. TCM is irresistible today.